So this is briefly about my background. So can you please quickly introduce yourself? Okay, then I'll start the class now.
Welcome, listeners, to My Fantasy Wife, the weekly sports meets comedy meets marriage podcast, where a husband and wife discuss sports, fantasy leagues, and their impact on pop culture and relationships, including their own. I'm the wife, comedian Blair Postman, sadly filling in for my sports site expert husband Gary Hames while he's out on assignment is my sub-hub, comedian Wills Maxwell.
How goes it?
It goes it. Also on board, spelled incorrectly as Hot Topics and social media maven, comedian and pet nurse Drew Harrison.
Hello.
And rounding things out, sound engineer, comedian, and man about town, Mr. Louis Bishop.
Hello, Blair.
Hello, Louis. Never miss our weekly episodes and extras by subscribing in iTunes, Stitcher, or YouTube. You can go to our website, myfantasywife.com. It has links to everything. Find us on Facebook at My Fantasy Wife Podcast, Instagram at same, and Twitter at MyFantWife. Oh, and Wills, tell us about this week's sponsor.
This week's sponsor is Comedy Bingo at the Dead Crow Comedy Club. Every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. at the Dead Crow Comedy Club, enjoy a free show and featuring the best comics from the Southeast, all while playing bingo along with the words they say. Win prizes and enjoy discount wings and Toscos. Hosted by Louis Bishop with in-booth sidekick comedian Lou Morganti.
And I'll go ahead and read that note. Thank you, Wills. If you'd like to sponsor our program or get fun things for signing up for $1 or $2 a month, you can go to patreon.com/myfantasywife. That's patreon.com. Don't see what you like? We'll tailor something for you. Yeah, like that last part.
That was good timing.
Yes. Hey guys.
Hey, how are you doing?
Wills Subhub. That's
Yeah.
it's I guess it's a promotion.
I don't know. I don't
know if it's a promotion
I feel
either.
like my intros have been getting sadder and sadder with each. This time you flat out said sadly filling in.
No, I meant, well, I just like, hey, it's My Fantasy Wife. It's about a husband and wife. Where's the wife and husband and wife? Oh, wait, my husband's not here.
Right, yes.
More along those lines. But not sad to have you.
Well, I'm happy to be
Never
here.
sad to have you, Will.
It's weird for me and Wills to be here at the
It
same
is,
time.
because
we were
you-
talking about it before the show.
Yes, it is. And it's weird for you to be here at all, Drew. Welcome back.
Oh, see, it's not just to you, Wills. It's
Welcome back.
Thank
Your
you.
dreams were your ticket out.
Both of us being here, it's like the
Welcome back
convergence, like a
with
multiverse
the
thing, like Flash
strange
1 from
things
Flash
that you
from Earth
like
1 and
about.
Flash from Earth 2 were meeting.
The names have all changed since you hung around. Yeah, that's
Okay,
from Welcome
yeah,
Back, Cotter.
yep, okay.
All right.
Thank you.
But you had some adventures out there in
I
the big
did,
world. Well,
I did.
I think one day you were working,
I'm
but the rest of the time you had adventures.
I'm famous now, so this is my
You
last
are?
show. I'll be gone
Wow.
again after this.
All right, well, good luck to you, Wills. Good news for you, or not.
Full-time position just opened up.
Full-time positions is opened up at
No,
My
I had
Fantasy Wife Podcast.
I had a good few weeks.
That's-
It's good to be
Well,
back
you
there.
knew eventually Steve Carell would get too big for The Office.
Right,
So-
right. I mean, eventually, right.
And I mean,
So Drew is the Steve Carell of the My Fantasy Wife
Yes.
podcast.
nice. See, I was going
Interesting.
for Jonah Hill, but he's fat again, so I can't take his place.
Okay.
Awful roles.
And hello, Mr. Bishop.
Hi.
Hi, you're doing a lot of paperwork over there.
No, you're
probably
fine.
shouldn't
He's
bother
doing
you.
his taxes.
You're fine. You're totally fine. What is 7%
Yeah. Go on.
Of 100?
of, yeah.
It's 7.
It's 7. That's it.
Excellent.
Okay.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Done and done. Hey guys.
Getting all this done. Wills, congratulations on the demotion, then the full-time position.
This has been a roller coaster for me.
It's a roller coaster ride. That's what fame in the rough and tumble world of local North Carolina podcasts is like, Wills. Although we have a lot of listeners in California, New York, Seattle, and Ireland.
Oh, wow.
Oh, so Drew just decided to stay.
Yeah, big
Drew
and
just
right.
found out.
Oh, we got those viewers? Okay, yeah, I'll stay.
We don't have any viewers. Okay, never mind. I'm not going to explain podcasts again. How they work. Okay, guys.
I
So
watch My Fantasy
Downloaders.
No, well, listeners, how about
I pull it up on YouTube and I stare at it, so I watch my
Good.
fantasy
See,
wife.
thank you.
I've-
All right. Maybe some people just want to. Maybe they just pull up my picture on Facebook and stare at it while they listen. Have you thought about that, boy? Huh?
No.
Well, you should,
Should
because
I?
it could be a thing.
Really?
I mean, we don't know.
Just
Well, I
wistfully
think we don't.
looking.
I think we do know.
No,
I
don't
think we do
I
know.
I think there could be somebody
I
out
think we know, and I think we know it's not. Well, show me the Carfax then. Okay. So, upcoming guys today, we have comedian and television actor extraordinaire, Mr. Seton Smith, coming on the game. Also coming up August 28th, comedian Mike Mello. Yay! And then September 3rd, that's over Labor Day weekend, we're going to be doing Gary's second annual Fantasy Football Smackdown and Friend Alienation. That's where he really goes over all of our drafts for our fantasy leagues and criticizes us. And then turns out to be wrong and has to eat crow later on in the
Nice.
season. Yeah. So,
Because I do believe someone's a reigning champion.
but it's not you.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, is
Okay.
he gonna use that though?
I don't know, but
Because I can't wait to hear the
It just
rants on
sounded
that.
it sounded so cocky, and I'm like, but
No,
Drew,
no,
you
I
know it's
remember
not
who
you.
won.
You know you're not the reigning champion, right? Yeah. Okay.
What did I finish though? I finished.
You
top.
were in the finals.
Okay,
we
and then
were-
I lost in the finals.
Yeah, you lost in the finals.
Okay.
Gary and I are fine because last year he said that I had a sucky team, and he was right. So no love lost there.
So it kind of worked out for
And
you.
Yeah.
You're
he was
realist.
right.
You're
was right.
realist. Are you playing in the fantasy league this year, Will?
If there's a slot open, so
There's
yeah.
a slot
Yeah,
open for you.
I will jump on that.
We're just about closed, but we do have another exciting opportunity. And I was going to talk about this a little later, but I'll put it up front here. We're also going to be doing what Gary tells me is called an eliminator league.
I just saw it pull up on ESPN.
Yeah, and when eliminator league is where everybody picks a game each week. And you have to pick one game and say who's going to win. But you can never pick the same team to win every week. So, like, if you use the Dallas Cowboys to beat the Panthers in week 1, that's it. The Cowboys can never be the winner again for a week. So you only advance if you win. And you can see as the season goes on that would get more complicated, where you're like the Rams versus the, I don't know, Cardinals. Are they bad? I don't even know. The Oilers, you got to, eventually you're going to be down to like, at least 1 week, you're going to have to pick like the worst team in the league to win. And it's not like, okay, so that's the thing we're going to do.
Yes.
So if you are in, and that can have unlimited numbers of people sign up. So if
That sounds
people,
exciting.
yeah,
Yeah.
so if people out there want to say,
Are you gonna do like a link and stuff for it?
Going to do a link
Okay,
for
cool.
it on the website and the Facebook page and Twitter and blah, blah, blah. But if you're interested, tweet us at MyFantWife or email us info@myfantasywife.com. And it's in any ESPN leagues, and it's My Fantasy Wife podcast. So it's in there. You can just go and sign up at any time.
Sweet.
All right, guys. Are you ready to do a...
Yeah.
Is this where we do freestyle, like just singing?
Please no.
Luke,
God, no. Here we
now what are we doing, Lewis?
I'm so glad that Bishop got the Sam Cooke soundboard installed. So glad.
Well, that's the end of this show. Guys, I think we're gonna do a little fact checking. Are y'all ready for some fact checking?
Yeah, let's do it.
I feel like every now and then I have to say no just to keep the spirit of Gary
No,
alive.
you don't have
Like,
to.
no, I don't want to do that.
You have to deliberately derail things.
We're
No,
gonna do a
don't
little fact
wanna do that
checking.
at all.
Come on, guys, he's on assignment. Don't don't give him a hard time. Go ahead, actually do it. So fact checking. This is the part of the broadcast podcast listeners where we correct the mistakes we made last week to make room for the mistakes we're going to make this week. And I think this is an important thing for the listeners to know going forward. I'm doing a little experiment. I've decided to go off my ADHD drugs and see how that goes.
That
So-
should have been the sponsorship.
Yeah, that
actually.
should have been the sponsorship, like
Blair, off your meds.
Vyvanse, for keeping an entertainment podcast going. Vyvanse, for all your socioeconomic needs. So this could go. I mean, we don't know how this is going to go today. We don't know, and also we don't know how it's going to go at my day job next week. So we'll see what happens. So fact checks, guys. This is the part of the podcast where we correct the mistakes we made last week
Now I'm scared to say anything.
to make
Right?
room.
Yeah.
Why are you scared of
Nothing. No, nothing. Everything's fine. Blair.
I'm calm.
No, everything's
I'm
good.
mellow.
The
and
fact that she keeps constantly picking up cartons of milk and squeezing it.
Just look at
What
your
does that
paper, Wills.
mean? What
Just
does that
look
mean?
straight ahead. Don't answer questions.
Oh, I'm much
Don't
more
answer questions.
militant on them. I would think you guys would like relaxed. I think you guys would like relaxed, calm, cool, and collected Blair without any goals.
Yeah, calm, cool, can fly off the handle.
I got no goals now, guys. This is a super laid back podcast now. So this is the part of the podcast where we correct the mistakes. See, I don't even care about that. Correct the mistakes we made last week to make room for the mistakes we're going to make this week. We're going to make a lot of them. Going to make a lot of them this week, guys. So first of all, Timmy was sitting in for you last week, Drew, and it's a little difficult to even explain how all of this came up.
Okay.
But just suffice.
I mean, it's Timmy. I'm sure it came out of nowhere.
Suffice it to say that Lewis and Timmy both didn't believe what I was saying about the background, or found it surprising, shall we say, the background about Julia Child, the famous French chef of PBS fame. But there was some discussion. Some thought she was not American.
Polaroid Corporation.
Oh, this is so relaxing.
So what, she told
Did
people
you
she was
bring up
French?
a Bob Ross?
Child.
She's not French. She's American.
I know, but did she tell people she was French?
No.
You said French
She's a
cooking.
French chef. Yeah,
Oh,
she's
okay.
that's her. That
I
was
thought
her
you meant
chef.
she was a chef from
That was
France.
the name of
Well,
the show.
Oh, okay,
The name of the
gotcha.
show is The French Chef.
So she was an American and had a show named The
Yeah,
French
she lived
Chef.
in France for a long time. But yes.
But spoke with an English accent.
But, well, she was born in Pasadena.
Not confusing in the least.
No,
Yeah,
not at all.
born in Pasadena in 1912. Here's some fun facts about her, guys. Graduated from Smith College, and she worked in publishing and advertising in New York and then California. And then World War II came about, and because of her height, 6'2", she couldn't join the WACS, the Women's Air Force kind of thing. And
So she wanted to do that?
Yeah, she wanted to do that. So she began her career, yes, in the OSS, which is the precursor to what is now the CIA, the OSS. And she started as like a typist in D.C., but because of her education and experience, she was given more responsible position as a top secret researcher, directly working for the head of the OSS, and eventually in 1944 was posted to Sri Lanka and China and helped keep track of all the secret agents.
And then she started cooking shit.
And basically, she met her husband, Paul Child. He became a foreign service officer. They were posted to France, and then she started cooking and shit.
What you just described is more
Is this a Bob Ross? Oh, I used to take naps to this. It was so. This is Bob Ross, right?
I think so.
Oh, okay.
What you just described about her life was more interesting than everything they covered in Julie and Julia.
Yeah,
that
no.
was more.
She's a fucking American hero, is what she is.
Yeah,
I mean, she's amazing. I mean, the fact that she was even working in advertising and publishing in the 30s.
Yeah.
Just not a time when women, you know.
Certainly glad you could join us.
Oh, you know what? Let's just make the podcast this.
Have a happy little painting up here.
Oh, you know what?
So it started
That's
off
what this
with
whole
all the colours
podcast
across the
episode's going to be.
screen.
It's
But
going to
you
be a
know
lot of
the
happy
painting. While
accidents,
they're doing that,
guys.
let me show you what I've
A lot of
got.
happy
Well, I'll be
accidents.
happy.
I think this is what we
They've
have.
got
I
a
think this is
piece
what we have
of
to look
that
forward to,
piece
Drew. I
of
think this is
paper
it. I
stuck
think
up
we're. I
there.
think we're
Just-
okay.
This
This is
Good.
it.
totally nice.
Good.
And
I'm
then-
waiting for her to break out like a bag of potato chips and be like, yeah.
That's right in the
Take a
mic.
little black gesso.
Oh, that would be fun. We
paint a
could
little
all have a good
design. I
time.
know I want a lot of
So,
dark
and also Dr. Ruth Restheimer. They were saying she was Israeli, and I was saying she was German. There was a lot of interesting stuff.
There was
that
a lot
came
of
up.
nationality questions. last time.
You really should listen to the podcasts, Drew, when you're not here on the show. And that's not a criticism; it's just a suggestion. Because I think
See, now I'm scared
No,
again.
you would super enjoy it. You would have loved it. There was so much music last week, dude. Okay, so Ruth Westheimer.
Now she's saying, dude, I'm
was
scared. I don't know what's
born-
going on.
Was born in Germany.
moving the doomsday clock.
And was born in Germany to Orthodox Jewish parents who died in the Holocaust. She was sent before things got even worse.
Doesn't
to
seem like y'all
Switzerland.
had a was happy time last week.
No,
What's
we did.
going
It
on?
was
That
so
was
good.
fiddling.
Talking about Holocaust
I just
and
want to.
Auschwitz.
I just want to point out the parallels here between Julia Child and Ruth Westheimer, because we were just talking about their accents last week, but they both did so much more than what we know about them from their media lives later in life. Ruth Westheimer basically escaped from the Nazis. She went to Switzerland as a child. Her parents unfortunately died in the Holocaust. She emigrated to British Palestine, which is now part of Israel, when she was 17. Because of her height, which is the opposite way, doppelganger, 4'7", they made her a sniper in what became the Israeli army. She was severely wounded in the Israeli war for independence. There's a lot of there's probably some controversy about what you would call that war, but for our purposes, that's what we'll call it. And so she wasn't just sort of nominally in the army. She was in some very, very heavy combat. She moved to Paris in 1950, got a master's in psychology. Wow. Okay, that's not mellow.
Little heads up next time.
Yeah, little heads up. And then she moved to New York in 56. She's been married 3 times.
Huh.
Yeah. Wow, we gotta
Sorry, I got PTSD now.
Yeah, well, I do too, but except I'm so relaxed because I heard that Bob Ross earlier. If you're going to do a bomb blast, you should put some Bob Ross after it, I think. And then, I'm not going to get into all of it, but
We're using this black gesso.
we talked
can see some of
about
these
the
little
difference,
designs
guys,
here
between
come through.
Anglo-Saxons and British and Great Britain and English. And someone said they were all the same thing, but they're not. And it's just suffice it to say that England is part of Great Britain, and the Anglo-Saxons refer to the Germanic settlers of the British Isles before 1066. And we'll just leave that there.
I want to point out that I was not here last week, so
No.
it was not
I did
me.
not know it was a history lesson.
Yeah,
last week.
there
It was
a
not
long-
me who said all white people
You're
are
talking
the
about-
same. I wasn't here for that. So just to be clear, don't want anyone assuming.
You know what, Wills? Even if you had, it'd be all right. We'd get past it. We'd be all right. You know what I'm saying? So don't sweat it.
Yeah, Wills, we
It's
wouldn't
all
hold a
cool.
grudge like some people.
It's just all, it'll be all cool. It's all going to be good, guys. Hey, who wants to do some more parts of the show?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Super fun. Hey, Lewis,
Yeah.
if you have time, would you find the Hot Topics change music? Because I super dig it when you play that.
Yeah. All right.
How much weed did you smoke before
I
you
don't
got
smoke
here?
any weed.
This is just
I
what
don't smoke
Blair
weed.
is. She's
This is
just-
the way I am the rest of the time. I'm a little sleepy, and I don't have all those chemicals coursing through my veins trying to make me something I'm not.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
This is
Oh my God, I didn't turn down the volume on my headset there.
You know what?
I bet that's what it's like when you guys have to hear my voice most of the time.
I think Cranked Up Blair's way on more. She's on
She's
the
on-
edge more. Like
Yeah.
you're afraid of noises and stuff. Do you know why you can't close your hand completely? Do
No,
you remember
what?
what happened like 3 weeks ago?
What happened?
You don't remember when you fought those 3 dogs in the backyard?
The 3-dog fight.
Yeah.
It's like 3-Dog Night, but
Right.
it was a fight.
Yeah.
Get it? Because of songs.
Yeah.
Oh god, me and Wills are so lost.
Do you
right
guys
now.
know the band 3-Dog Night?
Yes.
Okay, just like
I'm
Jeremiah
saying-
was a bullfrog.
for
Okay.
the listener. Drew and I are slowly backing towards the door.
We'll do the podcast.
Really,
next time.
everything I do for the rest of the podcast is just to frighten Wills and Drew, but not in the way they're normally frightened by me because I'm loud and stuff and militant,
these that we
but
did with the
because
black
We just don't know what's gonna happen
they
next.
just don't know what's going to happen next. All right, guys. So let's
think
do some
someone from-
hot topics. We
All right.
talked about the Eliminator League.
Yep.
And hot topics. Here we go. And we're going to skip that. Oh, Ryan Lochte.
Oh, fun.
Oh gosh, guys.
What an idiot.
What an idiot! So I'm gonna read for the one listener who hears this and doesn't know what's going on there at the Olympics. Here's one account from
I
one.
don't know what's going on.
Okay, well,
okay, well,
here's
good.
an account.
I'm listening.
This is from another American swimmer who was with Ryan Lochte the night in question last week. Ryan removed a poster from a nearby wall, which resulted in the swimmers being confronted by 2 armed security officers at a gas station in Brazil. Conger said he cooperated while there was a heated exchange among others, and at one point a weapon was pointed at me, Conger. Conger said that they received the help of a man who was able to translate for them, and the swimmers paid some money as compensation for the torn poster and went back to the Olympic Village in another taxi. Here's what's not in that description.
He said I got robbed.
Yeah.
Got robbed?
Ryan Lochte said that he and 3 other swimmers got robbed at gunpoint while in a taxi, innocently in a taxi in Rio, and that they were fake police or impersonating police officers, and they were held at gunpoint, put a gun to their head. And I'm going to point out one other thing. Somebody also paid the gas station $11,000 in compensation. That's for allegedly ripping a poster and peeing on a wall. $11,000.
I feel like they got robbed.
I feel like more went on.
I feel like they got robbed.
You think think the swimmers were robbed?
No, I'm saying after the fact.
Oh well,
yeah.
maybe.
Hey, you peed on that wall. That'll be $11,000.
Well, I think they did something much worse. It sounds.
I think
like.
it looks. I think from other accounts, it looks like Ryan. Like it may be Ryan Lochte put his hands on the attendant.
Oh yeah, maybe. What did you hear about it, Wells? What's your stance here? And secondly, Al Roker, by the way,
was not having any of it.
Oh, Al, if you can find that link, Lewis, I don't know if I sent it to you or not.
You did, huh?
Someone gave Al Roker Blair's ADHD medicine.
Yeah,
and
it was
zeroed in on Lochte.
and
Well,
Billy.
Ryan Lochte is an absolute idiot.
Yeah.
Like, it's isn't the first time he's done something stupid.
No.
It's not going to be the last time he
And
did
he's-
something stupid.
yeah.
And Billy Bush was sort of trying to say, well, maybe it's not as bad as it sounds, and maybe he wasn't totally lying to the media. Do we have that clip?
Yeah.
Let's listen.
Lied to you.
Yeah.
He lied to Matt Lauer. Lied to his mom. He left his teammates hanging while he skedaddled.
He embellished some details.
No, he lied. No, Billy,
Some details?
Billy, there was no robbery. There was no pullover. There was nothing. Nobody
no
cocked
gun
a gun
cocked
to
to
his
his
head.
head.
He lied.
Okay, calm down. Listen, if a security guard is standing in front of
He
you,
lied.
sure, he embellished.
No.
Money
he didn't
unwillingly
embellish.
came out of his pocket.
He lied.
Al.
They were knocked out. He said their car was hit.
That's not true. Gun to the head is a Dirty
It's a
Harry
lie.
moment. That didn't happen. They weren't
So he
sideswiped.
created
There
all
was-
of these moments to make himself look like.
Who's adding all these?
You know,
these
I've stared
Yeah.
them
little
down in
snippets
the
of
face.
this.
It was
Hilarious.
like you said, the Dirty Harry moment. I mean,
Look,
come
you
on.
look at their kids traveling abroad. They're great athletes. They're great swimmers. We don't want an apology from them.
We agree to disagree.
No, I'm just saying. We
Meanwhile,
talked about there's
Al
video
Roker's got a
of
drink.
We haven't seen
He's
the
stirring
video
the drink.
of vandalism in there.
can
Keir
hear it.
Simmons
Out
did
of
a piece this morning.
Right.
Took them in there. There's nothing damaged
And
in the
karate
bathroom.
chop in the air.
There's certain elements.
Let's
but
just
the
keep,
general,
let's keep
the
an open
general-
mind. We'll keep an open mind. Hopefully, Ryan.
There
will
was a
come
gun.
There was
Look,
a
it's
fight.
not a
What
shining
happened?
moment, and there are embellishing moments. There are total
Embellishing
untruths.
moments.
In the end, Al,
Yeah. So there you go, Lewis. What do you
Was
think?
that the cafe that made?
No, they were
Yes.
sitting on set, and they looked like they all had mojitos. Frankly,
No, those drinks, I can't remember what they're called, but those are basically.
Mint julep.
No, it's a it's like a Brazilian
mojito.
mojito slash what's that called? Margarita kind of mix, but it's I can't remember how they make it, but it's a Brazilian drink.
But really, what it is, it's like who
Moscow
doesn't.
Mule.
Yes.
Well, anyway, the let's just name drinks that start with M. But the thing that I take away from this is that who is
Mudslide?
not willing to take any shit this point in his career is Al Roker.
Right,
He's
yeah.
like, you know what? I've been on TV. I've been on a fucking Today Show for like 25, 30, whatever the hell it's been. I've gained weight. I've lost weight. I've seen my co-hosts come and go. I'm still standing, motherfuckers.
Don't have time to deal with this dude from Extra.
Yeah, right, exactly.
This just in: U.S. men's basketball wins gold in
Oh,
the
they
Olympics.
did win.
Oh.
Okay, well that's nice. That's what the big takeaway
They
from the
won
last
by
week.
30 points.
Oh,
Okay,
did they?
because I was gonna
So were
s-
they phoning it in this whole time?
I
or
feel like it.
They have been. It seems like they have been just barely getting
Which-
by some of these teams all
Yeah.
week.
We beat Serbia already.
Right,
You know,
but
like
every
we beat them
last time.
again.
Have you ever heard of the Milton Berle story about just take out enough to win, take out enough to beat them? You ever heard that story?
No.
Okay, Blair's gonna get mad. Milton
I
Berle.
don't know. Maybe not today.
Milton Berle allegedly had a very large penis.
Okay.
I know all about that.
Okay,
Oh.
tell us more.
No, I'm just saying, like that's not
Keep
news.
going.
Well, yeah, okay.
Too easy.
And too easy what?
Blair said she knew all about that. No.
Okay.
Wills, you make whatever joke you want to make. If
Yeah,
you think it's
you're-
going to better the podcast, go ahead.
You're
Oh,
sub-hubbing
see,
today.
you like how she mind controlled you right there? If it's going to better the podcast.
Sorry
Do
to
it.
interrupt the podcast and your story, Mr. Bishop.
No, you're fine. I'm saying you're sub-hubbing, so you could
Yeah,
do an
whatever-
inappropriate
You can
joke.
take this off the rails all you want to.
Yeah,
man. It's
right.
okay.
That's what you get to do in your sub hub.
Anyways, they were at like a golf course or whatever, and I don't know who was involved, but Milton Berle was there, and some guy said that he had a larger penis than Milton Berle, and the guy pulled his penis out, and Milton said he was just going to pull out enough to beat the guy, and he just pulled out enough of his own penis to
Not the whole thing.
not the whole thing, yeah.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice.
That's an interesting story, Lewis. That doesn't make me upset.
Oh, okay.
That's the best penis Paul Bunyan story I've heard in my life.
I never heard the phrase penis Paul Bunyan.
It's a great
I
tall
love
tale.
how Wills was cracking up like a middle school kid every time he said penis.
Dirty word. Well, people have seen my act. That's a dirty word.
That's right. So, guys, other things happen in the Olympics, too.
Yeah. Ledecky was a beast.
Ledecky won 4
Unbelievable.
gold and a silver. Phelps 5 gold and a silver.
God, way to go out. Like,
Yeah.
Phelps, I really hope he means it and doesn't come back.
Who?
Yeah, Phelps.
Phelps.
Why?
I'm just saying, he had such a great, the first time he retired,
Yeah.
he didn't do as well as he did this time. So I just hope he goes out on
But
top.
what if he can do better next time?
He wins.
Go for it then.
Well, better would be him just getting medals in the women's event next time.
Right.
How was he?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah. I just don't. Yeah.
I mean,
have
who's waiting in the
confidence
wings, though? Who's ready to take
I
over
have-
men's swimming?
Not Lochte.
No,
yeah, right.
God, no.
Not anymore.
Not.
And he's getting old, too, so.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as
what's
athletes go.
he's going to be on Celebrity Wrestling in a couple of years or something?
I'm waiting for VH1 to bring back Surreal Life, the Olympic
yes,
addiction.
He's going to be in
It's going to be Tanya Harding.
What's
It's
the
gonna
one
be
where they
him.
all have to live
Gabby
together?
Douglas.
Yeah, that's
Michaela
Real Life.
Maroney.
What's the one where they all have to live together?
Surreal Life.
Yeah.
No, the one on HBO, Big Brother, where they have the cameras. Didn't they used to have Celebrity Big Brother?
Oh, I have no idea.
I'm not sure.
That was probably a long time ago. We could make one. We could make one. We could all be in it. Okay. So as Simone Manuel won 2 gold, 2 silver. Usain Bolt
Incredible.
3 gold, and that's a triple. So that means he's won 3 gold in the last 3 Olympics.
Yeah, I mean, it just sucks there aren't any more events he can actually win.
Simone Biles, he looked tired when I saw him interviewed. He's like, I'm 31. Yeah.
And Usain Bolt wept for there were no more races to conquer.
Yeah, exactly. What do you do too when you could say this about a lot of athletes, but when you're in a sport like swimming or track and field,
Where you get to shine once every 4 years.
where it's really the Olympics, that's where
Yeah.
Well,
you're
they've
not you're not doing a
Yeah,
lot.
but no one's watching the championships.
Yeah.
when it's not the Olympics.
Yeah.
Like who knows who wins shot put any
Yeah.
other year than the Olympics?
Nobody knows. And especially you're out of college, it's not that kind of thing. So now you retire, you're 31 or whatever you are. I mean, God, what do you do? I mean, you've that's
Well,
why I
him-
think Phelps got into so much trouble after his last retirement. He hadn't figured out what to do with his time. Idle hands are the devil's plaything. Is that how that
I mean, they
phrase
can
goes?
become
Right.
coaches. They can teach.
Yeah.
They can coach. Usain Bolt's case, he can do
Anything
endorsements for the
Oh,
next
he can make
10
money.
decades.
They could all make
And I mean, he
money.
could go. He could. Didn't he have a tryout with a football team not that long ago?
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
I heard
Oh,
about
that would be
Like,
very
why not?
interesting. But it's not so much. I was talking to Gary the other day about this in the car. It's not that they can't make money and get endorsements. They can do that, sure.
Right.
But it's like if
Why
you're
do they
that kind of
occupy their
focus,
time?
yeah,
Yeah.
you're that kind of focus and competitive nature, you are a danger to yourself.
Nah, you keep training at that point.
But for what? If there's no goal, I think it's really difficult.
I mean, but I just know a lot of athletes that once they stopped playing whatever sport they were playing, they still trained like they were monsters.
Yeah, but I
yeah.
feel like you gotta have a. I don't know. You gotta have something like I
mean,
don't know,
they
start
don't-
running marathons or something. I
They
guess.
don't usually just let themselves go though. you
No,
know?
but it's not that they're going to turn into goo. It's a mental thing. It's like, what are you going to do to occupy your time? What gets you out of bed in the morning? What are you excited about?
Teach the next you, I guess.
Maybe you don't like the next you.
Maybe you just blow
Screw
your brains
those
out
guys.
tomorrow. I don't
Okay,
know.
well that's kind of where I was going.
Yeah.
Oh,
Are you
it's
happy,
fun.
Blair? They commit suicide. Are you happy now? Just
I don't know,
fishing for
Louis.
We're
the
all gonna
answer.
feel terrible if Phelps
Louis,
ends up dead next week.
Louis, you've been like you were.
You've been there before.
You've
You
been
put a gun
there.
to your head, Bishop. Come on, what do you think?
No, but you're training, you're putting all your effort and time into this, and then it's something you can't help it. You've injured yourself, or you're done. Like you're Usain Bolt. This is it. You can't keep doing this till you're 36. What do you think these guys do? Where do they put their energy? Drug addiction,
Yeah, drug addiction,
wrestling.
hanging themselves.
Oh no, I don't like this sound. But can we have Bob Ross back? I don't know what that's from, but I don't like it. Can you make sure it's not on the computer later?
Now then.
Oh,
Let's use the
Well, yeah, like
Oh, thank you.
you're welcome.
And we go into a little touch of the
right.
yellow.
All right, see, none of the happy answers that Drew and I were giving. We're cutting it. Just
Nope.
gonna keep.
Nope.
Coach, they keep busy.
You
they
wanted
train.
this. You wanted it dark.
No, but I don't think that the energy.
We were saying they're gonna be
like,
nice citizens.
You're
and-
gonna train.
You know what they're gonna do, Bart? They're gonna pay their taxes and they're gonna follow the law.
They're gonna play catch with their boy in the front yard.
Yeah.
All right. Hey guys, mostly Drew.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, can we have
Kinds
a
of
hot topic
leaves and
change
stuff and all
music,
these little background
Lewis?
trees.
Please.
That
Wait a
oval
second. Shh.
brush will just make gorgeous, gorgeous things back in there.
Oh man.
Very easy.
Maybe they just listen to this.
We want these to
Man,
be
I can't wait
Do
to
we have
see.
change?
I can't wait to see if we either get picked up or sued by PBS. I
Yeah.
can't
Well,
wait to see.
either way is cool.
All
do-
publicity is good
All
publicity.
publicity is good. But so, Drew, do we care about baseball yet?
Not yet. We're getting there,
Okay.
but not yet.
Is there anything we almost care about in baseball? A couple weeks ago, we kind of cared about something happened with the Cubs.
Yeah, I mean they're still killing it. So
Okay, so we don't care about it yet.
no, I mean Big Poppy's killing it on his last year. A-Rod's gone.
Yeah, we talked about all that while
But
you were
yeah,
gone.
that's about it.
All right, and then this was a fun thing. We were talking about WWE last week with Emmett Montgomery, and there's a new black tag team act that's really on fire. The New Day. Have you heard about them?
Can't they just be a tag team? Why they gotta be a black tag team?
Yes, it is.
I guess they can't.
It's power positivity, Blair.
Yeah, and they play these like other new tag team called the Vaudevillians that are kind of
they're
like this
past them.
steam pipe pump steams up like Will's is dancing. But
No, they do like the vaudeville stuff.
yes, they do like the vaudeville stuff. So are they past them now? You said.
Yeah, they're past that feud.
So
They're
I don't know
feuding with someone called the Bullet Club now.
oh, what is the Bullet Club like?
So it's a ripoff from the Bullet Club in New Japan Pro Wrestling.
I don't
It
know
was a
what
huge
any
tag
of those
team.
words mean.
I'm in a huge faction in New Japan.
Oh, okay.
And two of the guys from there came over to the WWE, and now they're just called the Club.
Okay. Because
But
Bullet Club not very PC
they could
in
no
this day and
WWE couldn't buy the rights.
Yeah.
They were like, no,
Oh.
we can't buy. New Japan wasn't selling.
They didn't have a problem with it because so many people are killed.
No,
by
they
bullets.
were gonna try to call it the Bullet Club.
Oh, okay. So
But
it's
they
not
couldn't.
like
It's a legal
DC in
thing.
the '80s where you're like, "Hey, we have
Can't
the
be the
highest."
Washington Bullets anymore.
Yeah. Okay. So they didn't care about
No, they could care
society.
less.
Okay.
I think Bullet Club's a cool name.
Well, all right. So
Maybe some of the Olympians will join the Bullet Club this week.
So I read an article about the New Day, so I was excited.
No, they're great for wrestling right now, especially when a lot of former black wrestlers were coming out and saying how tough it was in the 80s
Yeah,
and 90s.
because that's part of we kind of skirted that last week, but it
Yeah.
was like it was just not exactly the most integrated entity
not at all.
in the world. So
Nope. So it's good to see
and-
they're up in the main event status.
all right, guys. Well, we're gonna talk about UFC in a second with Seton Smith.
We got a lot to talk about.
So that's what I hear. So I think we're gonna do that. Let's all get together so we can call him.
You guys are getting in the calling tent, okay?
We're getting in the calling tent. We have a lot. This is a very large studio, and there's a lot of There's a mini fridge. There's like a wet bar. There's a calling tent. There's a masseuse pod over there. Like there's a sensory deprivation tank. There's a lot. I watched the end of Stranger Things last night.
Oh, okay.
Sensory deprivation tank. Did you watch that, Drew?
No, I didn't.
Okay. Well,
Carmelo Anthony just announced he's retiring from USA basketball.
All right.
from basketball.
USA basketball.
Oh, okay.
I mean, he's got the
Olympic
record for
basketball.
He's got the
Yeah.
record for
There
most
we go.
Olympic appearances. So
Oh,
that's, yeah.
okay. Well, that makes sense. But not all of basketball. I feel like you would have made a bigger deal out of that.
Well, now that D Rose is here, I'm just gonna.
Here we go. All right, guys. Let's give this a shot. This is the most exciting part. We never know who's gonna actually pick up the phone.
Could be Bob Ross.
Could be Bob Ross.
I'm out if it's Bob Ross.
If it's Bob Ross, he's dead. So if it's Bob Ross, this is the most amazing podcast ever.
Some little bushes. Isn't that fantastic?
If
How well
not,
that
we'll
little
just-
brush works.
Mr. Bob Ross, welcome to My Fancy Wife.
And
Mr. Seton Smith's phone.
Oh,
Leave a
oh.
message.
Well, we'll try him again in a
All
little
right.
bit.
Cool.
But you know what? This is New Blair. You know, so
New Blair doesn't
New
care.
Blair doesn't. You know what? That rhymes, and I really dig that about what you just said.
See, she's saying dig. Has anyone kept count on how many times she said dig or dude or mellow or I'm vibing with that?
I went to meditation yoga today. Like, it's all good.
It's all good. That's
It's
all
all good. Should we give it another shot?
Well, give him a few minutes.
We'll give him a few minutes. But what about the UFC? Well, because it was Conor. Well, I don't want to talk
Conor
about
McGregor.
too much.
Yeah, don't talk about too
McGregor.
much.
I don't want to talk about too much because what if we get Seton next time?
Yeah, you're right.
What did you miss most about the not being on the pod when you weren't on the podcast for 3 weeks?
I miss the structure in my life.
Did you? Wow, that's saying
militant-
saying a
militant
lot.
figure.
That's saying a lot. And Wills, what have you liked being on the podcast for the last 3 weeks? 3 out of 4 weeks.
I'd have to say the structure.
The
I'd have to
structure?
say no.
Wow, you guys really need something. It's okay. You guys want a hug? Oh, look at that was good. That
Blair
was a good
just
group
punched
hug.
me in the gut 5
No,
times.
that was a group hug. That was a group hug that we all had together. I like
with the Olympics. With the
Yeah.
do you think that these people that are like a lot of people have been equating the whole Ryan Lochte apologetics to a form of this a form of a social prejudice as far as
Yes. Absolutely.
This
But
32-year-old guy is he's just a kid.
Meanwhile, Gabby Douglas forgot to put her hand over her heart during
Which the entire rugby team or weightlifting team, a bunch of white dudes for U.S. too also didn't do it.
Yeah.
And no one said anything.
Yeah,
about it.
so I think that it's boys will be boys kind of culture sort
Right.
of thing because he's a winner and he's won medals and gold medals and we're gonna kind of let it slide. He was just drunk or whatever.
Yeah.
I totally think that's the problem.
So that's my question because I thought it was very curious just to hear anyone respond to it with he's just a boy, he's just a kid because
He's a 32-year-old man.
Exactly.
He's 32 years old.
So I'm
He's
20.
older than everyone. Well, okay, he's older than you two guys.
Are we
Maybe
talking about?
you know what? If he were on this podcast, he'd have more structure in
I'm
his
just saying,
life.
I turned 31 at the end of the month. If I go out and get drunk for drunk and disorderly on my birthday, they're not going to be like, well, that
He's
kid's
a
just
kid.
misunderstood.
He's just a kid. Yeah.
I don't know. I think we've had that conversation a lot about different people in the comedy scene. So. He's just a 43-year-old kid.
Yeah.
You know what? You're absolutely right.
You know what?
You're
Blair's
absolutely
46.
right.
She went off her ADD medicine. She's fine.
So here's my question then, because
Yes.
I'm 24, but I've known that I've had.
You're just a kid.
But I'm black, so I stopped being a kid at 13. And
Yeah.
I've known
I was
that-
I was gonna say 12, but okay.
Okay, so we'll give you that year.
However, yeah. So I've known that ever since I was a
Right.
preteen teenager. Okay, I'm not a kid anymore.
Right.
At what age do white guys stop being kids?
32.
Well, Gary turned 50 this year. No, I mean, it part of it too, though, is that he's been a star athlete for however long, and that makes it even worse.
Right.
So, I mean, I think you got to figure that into the equation as well. I don't think Drew and Lewis would get so much slack as your star athlete, but maybe more than a Wills Maxwell.
Right.
But, I don't know. That's a good question
It
because
boils-
I see that bullshit in work situations all the time with guys who are way older than anybody in this room, including me.
Right.
So I that's a great question. I wish I knew the answer.
It boils down to this: either how talented you are, or how much people really don't they like you, but they're not intimidated by you. So
Right.
if you're super talented, they're gonna be like, he's just cutting up. He's just being a
Right.
kid, being a guy. And
His creative spark, it takes him places.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then if you are, they're not intimidated by you, like, well, he's just being a kid. But then you're like, oh, wait a minute, he's like a 43-year-old guy.
Exactly. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think that's totally part of the problem. I think that's really when we listen to that Al Roker versus Billy Bush and we laugh because they added sound effects to it and stuff. But that's really, I think, if I were going to guess, I would say that's behind what's making Al Roker so angry.
Yeah, because he watched
He's
Gabby
like-
Douglas get raked over the coals.
Or just
yeah.
however many many people in decades of covering every news event in America at the highest level.
Yeah.
And you're just like, no, he's 32. He got shit-faced. Whatever they did, it seemed worthwhile to somebody to spend $11,000 to give.
It was
to
Ryan
the,
like he's dead.
Yeah, got to get. Was it?
No, I'm just.
Oh, okay. Well,
it had to have been.
But I thought it was one of the swimmers, but
Usually
I
I
didn't
get
know if
from
it was.
Because I think
Rocky.
his dad has money.
Well,
I'm pretty
whatever
sure his dad
it
has
was,
money.
it was enough to somebody felt like on the spot to give the people at the gas station $11,000.
Right.
So it wasn't nothing. You know, it wasn't just
Right.
a mistake. It wasn't just I got drunk, I didn't want to wait for the bathroom, I peed outside. Like that doesn't sound.
I think we need
like
to
it's
stop
enough.
letting rich kids do things.
Well, that's part of it too. I mean,
Anything.
yeah.
Anything. Like,
Just
you're a rich kid, just enjoy your money and sit by the
Sit.
pool and don't fucking go anywhere.
I don't know who's calling me from Wilmington right now, but I'm gonna decline that because that doesn't.
It's
Blair-
Seton Smith calling from a phone booth.
Right now.
Like, TSA finally let me come down here.
Right, exactly. What was that, Lewis?
I said, you never asked me what I like about the podcast.
What do you? Oh, okay. So, I love this. So, Lewis, what do you like most about being on the podcast every week, never missing?
I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. You like to move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. You like to.
Don't
That caught me off guard.
Wait a second. Never, ever stop.
Move it.
Drew's not excited. I'm taking a video, so we're gonna post it. We're gonna paste. Don't worry, America. You'll get to see Wills Maxwell dance to that. And this is like we've moved to the disco floor portion of the studio, and we got all the lights going
This
crazy.
is such a
the
multi-purpose
disco
room.
ball. I mean, we got everything here. We got it everything. Well, now we can just dance. We can just dance party, guys. Should I try Seton one more time? And if not, if we don't get him, then we'll just talk about the UFC.
Okay.
All right.
And then, oh my god. Then I'll play password with you guys, but don't look at the last page. No cheating.
All right.
Or maybe Lewis will ask one of you, and don't look at the last page, Wills. Don't look at the last page.
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna try Seton. If we don't get him, we'll do it on our own. I don't know if we're gonna be able to hear. I'm dialing the phone. Wills is really dancing a lot.
Hello.
Yes, is this Seton Smith?
Hey, what's up?
Hey, Seton. Maybe we caught you at a bad time. This is Blair Postman from My Fantasy Wife podcast. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Hey, is this a bad time?
I just was sleeping hard. Sorry, it's a Sunday.
Oh, man.
And I was out of it.
that's-
No worries, lad. Am I recording?
Yeah, you are.
Oh, good. I'll warm up towards the end. How about that?
That sounds fantastic. Well, Seton, I'm gonna do a quick introduction of you, and then I'm gonna tell you who's in the studio with us. Okay?
All right.
All right. Listener, Seton Smith is a comedian and actor. In late 2014, he made his television debut on as Motif on Fox's Mulaney. And in 2015, he had his breakout performances in Late Night with Seth Meyers, Inside Amy Schumer, and HBO's Girls, as well as released his debut album, Bologna Meat. Everyone, big round of applause for Seton Smith. Yay!
Thank you.
Good to have you on air, sir. And I'll tell you who we got here. We've got a comedian, Wills Maxwell. Say hey, Wills.
How's it going, Seton?
How you doing?
We've got a comedian and our social media maven, Mr. Drew Harrison.
Hey, man. How you doing?
What's up?
And then we've got our comedian and our sound engineer, Mr. Louis Bishop.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey, so Seton, I always ask our guests before we get going, what do you like? What are you liking now in sports? And I understand you're liking the UFC right now.
Oh yeah, I'm enjoying the UFC. It's fun. People are quiet.
Did you catch the bout last night? The match? What am I calling this, Drew?
The fight.
The fight.
The fight.
Did you catch
Fight's a good word.
Did you catch the fight last night, Seton?
I did. It was great. I watched it with my fight friends.
Oh,
we all kept trying to predict what was going to happen.
Do you call it a fight club? And if you could, though, you probably wouldn't be able to talk about it. Never mind. Yeah. Because you
True.
can't.
Good call.
Can't
Good
talk
call.
about Did you, and are you, because McGregor won, right? Is that right?
Yeah.
That's right. Won by decision.
And what did you, and I'm going to let Drew, he's our resident UFC expert here. It might be surprising for you to know that I am not as well versed in UFC as some people.
Well, that's weird, but fine.
But what did you like about the, did you agree with the decision?
I mean, did I agree with the decision? Yeah, he was getting a lot more significant blows on the dude. He was kind of having his way. The only reason he got tired in the fight is because he got tired of punching the dude. Like most of his damage came from him getting tired from punching, and he hurt his foot, but because he was kicking him too much. Like it was weird. It's crazy fun.
Yeah, he had to walk out on crutches because he kicked the guy so much.
Jeez.
No, it was amazing. It was like a punching bag. And then Nate was like, "Well, he didn't knock me out," so I'm like, "Well, yeah." But he still already had a slur at the end of the fight. Like he seemed like,
and he couldn't breathe through his nose either.
Oh.
Yeah, he got punched crazy in that fight. It was really unhealthy.
Like he clearly had brain damage, but just said, "Well, I wasn't knocked out, so maybe I should win."
Yeah, I mean, I never really noticed it before, but yeah, I felt like he had a slur, but I mean, I ain't gonna tell it to his face.
Today would be the day that his hands probably hurt a little bit.
What's that again?
If you were going to say something to him, today would be the day. You might could catch him off like with a nose punch or something. End his day.
Yeah, but he's got a brother who.
Yeah, touche.
He'll just catch you. He's a younger brother, more energy.
Yeah. What do you think about Nate smoking the CBD oil at the press conference? Did you see that?
Oh, I didn't see that, but I mean, I feel like UFC doesn't give a fuck. So
nah,
they just kind of want you to show up. That's it. I mean,
yeah, they were just happy he was there.
Fight. They let John Jones fight. I mean, they're even trying to get around that whole drug thing. They're trying to help him lie. That's what they're trying to do.
Right, like he's a top star. It was nothing. It was a vape pen. You're good.
Absolutely, man. I'd watch him fight. I like it.
Do you think it's going to change the UFC now that they were bought by, what is it, WME-IMG bought them not long ago? Do you think that's going to change?
Is it going to change? I just jumped on board the last year and a half, so whatever change they do, I won't even notice it. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like I signed up for UFC.com, and I just sit and watch like one person fight like over the years. It's kind of cool. So like I'm just going straight nerd about this shit. I have nothing. I don't have the little boy side of me not even there. Like, oh my god, look at this guy. It's only because I started boxing like a year and a half ago, MMA stuff, and the more you learn about MMA, the more you learn that like I'll never be good enough to beat everybody.
Right. No way.
No matter how good I get, there's gonna be somebody who's like would drool like destroying me. Like there's so many killers out in this world. It's like wow, okay. Anyway,
who do you like coming up?
You know that last guy last night, Rumble? Who was it? Rumble Jackson last night?
Yeah. He's getting a title fight next too.
Yeah, it was like a light heavyweight dude who beat his opponent in 13 seconds?
Yeah, 13.
12?
Knockout in 13 seconds.
Yeah, they kind of just like you thought they were going to punch around, maybe get warmed up. Nope.
He sent the guy's tooth flying too. Like he knocked his tooth out.
I did see it. Oh, I definitely saw that. I was watching it on 4K, and we all just kept watching it and going, that could be spit. No, but then it fell, like it came out of his mouth really solid. You thought it was a spit. But when it falls back down in the frame, you were like, ooh.
Yeah, Sports Center like slow-mode that this morning.
And you're like, oh, that has mass and is making a noise.
Yeah, it didn't disappear on the, it's there.
And his jaw moved a little. His jaw was on the side, and then it was like, whew.
Hey, see, when you were talking about you don't have that little boy purist side when it comes to UFC. What did you like any sports growing up in particular? Did you grow up in DC?
No, I didn't grow up there. I just went to college there.
Oh, okay.
I ain't grow up anywhere. My mother moved every 2 years growing up, so
okay.
I grew up in America.
Damn it,
real America.
Yeah. Every little part of it I get to hate. So
wonderful. From personal experience. Did you follow any sports growing up, or is this it's just now with the UFC that you're sort of getting interested in stuff?
I was a basketball, football fan, like normal people.
Right.
Like the normal people can watch that and socialize, but UFC is something that like I have to. You can't just force somebody to like, even though my girl likes it, which is nice, it's convenient. But like I'm starting to go like kickboxing matches in New York, which is kind of fun. So like I'm like, yeah, there's a whole world out there. It's just, but yeah, I was a basketball and football dude. My parents wouldn't let me play football, and I was mad forever. But then now at 34, I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of happy they let me play.
You know, turns out that was a good move. Turns out that was a good.
Turns out, there's nothing to be gained by having neck pain for the rest of my life. So.
Well, you know, we usually play a little game with our comedian guests. Are you up to play a little game here?
Sure.
All right. Do you know the game? Do you know the game Password?
Yes.
So it's like, we have some one-word phrases that are, I picked football phrases just because it was easy. We have some one-word phrases, and we're going to go around and see if we can get you to guess what those phrases are password style. So like Wills or Drew or Lewis are going to say, like, give you a hint word. They can only give you one-word hint. And we're going to see if you can guess what word they're trying to get you to say. Does that make sense?
No.
Not at all?
That's fine. I'll try it anyway.
Doesn't make sense?
I'll try it anyway.
Okay, well, I'm going to do a sample. We're each going to give Seaton a clue.
And then it's just whoever's word happens to get him to pick the word.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I'm going to give you an example. Drew, you're going to be the guesser,
Okay.
all right? Here's the clue. Up.
Down?
Yes, that's correct. Ding, ding, ding. No, nobody's.
Oh.
Is that seem enjoyable to you on any level, Seaton?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. All right. So we basically, it's like the TV show Password. So we give you a hint, but can only use one word, and then you try to guess. But these are all football terms. They're all football phrases. So that kind of narrows it down a little bit. So,
fun.
So I'll start. All right. Here's one. The hint word is waffle.
Syrup. No, that doesn't help.
No.
Wait, and it's a football phrase?
It's a football phrase, according to Wikipedia. Waffle. Waffle.
Wow. Pancake.
Yes, that's correct. Ding, 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 ding. See, you're excellent at this. There we go. You're excellent at this. Go ahead, Wills. Pick one. Pick any old one.
All right. Walk.
Run.
Just make sure
Stop.
it's also up here.
Wait. Wait. So no, it's not. It's not going to be run.
It's not run.
No, it's not run.
Run, walk, but it's a football term. Shit.
Right.
Yak. How about that? Yards after catch. No, that's not it.
Do I give him another
You
one?
get to give him another one, Wills.
Nature. That's not a good one.
Nature. Jesus.
So like walk and
rain?
nature.
Oh, it's the same word?
Yeah.
Oh shit. All right.
So far, this is good.
Nature.
Yeah.
To walk, and it's a nature, and it's all one word that they both relate to walking.
Yeah.
Nature.
Yep.
Oh Jesus. Throw. No, that's not it.
Can I try a clue? Can I try a clue?
Yeah.
Mountain.
What?
We're going further and further. Drew,
okay,
do you know which word we're doing?
What about hut?
Hut?
Yeah.
Hike?
Yes! There you go.
Oh,
If it's
okay,
football terms, you gotta
those
keep it
ones are
football,
all
guys.
Walk, hike.
Yeah, we're making you work hard after your nap.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah, we'll try one more. We'll try another one. Drew, what number do you want to try? What number word do you want to try there, Drew?
I will try.
I got one.
Okay,
Okay,
go ahead.
All right, here we go.
Lewis, go ahead,
Go on.
Lewis.
Germans.
Holocaust. No.
What number are you doing? Okay. I'll try a clue. I'll try a clue for the same words. Okay, so Lewis said Germans. I'm gonna say Ritz.
Risk.
Ritz.
Ritz?
What?
Ritz.
Guys, you give your clues. I'll give my clues.
Okay.
All right.
I don't know what the word is. Can you spell it for me? What, rid?
No, I had said the word.
She's trying to cheat.
I was trying to. Oh, they tell me I'm cheating if I say that.
You can't
No,
do,
go ahead, say
you
the
can't do
word.
The
rhymes.
word is Ritz, is what I said.
Ritz, like R-A-T-Z?
Yes.
R-I-T-Z?
Yeah. Yes.
Sitting on the Ritz. Oh, Blitz.
Yes.
See, you can't rhyme. That's
We're
cheating.
not allowed to rhyme.
No, that's a password no.
No, I looked up the rules.
They
I
caught
didn't say
Betty
that.
White for it many times.
All right, let's try one more. We'll try one more before we let you go, Satan. How's that?
Sure. Okay,
right.
okay.
I got one.
Okay, what number are you going to do?
6.
Okay, cool.
Ribbon.
Ribbon line. Defensive line. What would be a ribbon? Shit.
Wills, do you have a clue for that same word? I got a clue for that same word.
Okay.
Blag.
My clue for that same word is salute.
Wow.
Salute. Touchdown? No. Salute.
Referee.
Salute. Bad call.
Penalty.
Foul. Sure.
American.
Oh shit. American Loser. Is that an album?
I think, yeah. No.
American Russia. No.
We're gonna give it to you. We're gonna give it
I'm
to
just
you.
outside the box here.
Yeah, it was flag. I'm sure. You know what? I think the game was
Flag?
Flag. Flag was the term. Like flag
I
on
get
the
it now.
play.
I get it. Yeah, you got flag on the play. Yeah, no, I
mean,
guess. Yeah, no, I hear you.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was like, it felt really good when I was thinking about it earlier today as a game, but I think there were some flaws. We're going to work on the game, and when we play it next time, you'll have helped us.
Well, Blair, you're playing with four people that just got up from naps.
Right,
So-
exactly. I forgot that everybody is comics and we're all napping all day, so
Yeah.
that was my fault. I blame myself for that.
Yeah, no, life is long. I hear y'all.
Hey,
You know what I'm talking about?
yeah, no, it is. It is. We're all going to learn. Hey, will you, before we go, 2 things. One, will you tell us some things that you got coming up, maybe some shows or whatever?
Sure. I'm going to be in this episode of Comedy Knockout. I think I'm going to be an episode of Black and White.
Cool.
I do show on A&E.
Sure.
And I'm going to be doing a college, I guess I'll be at Ohio Northern University on Tuesday.
Nice.
And hopefully we'll be shooting a pilot with Comedy Central later this fall. So
oh, that's
that'll be
exciting.
fun.
Exciting.
That is exciting, yeah.
Hey,
Yeah, man, I think it's gonna be good.
we really love having you on. Thank you so much for taking the time. And we'll be, tweeting this out and all that jazz. But good to hear you got so much good stuff going on. And we'll talk
life
to you
is
again
good.
soon.
I'll talk to y'all soon. Hopefully I'll be in North Carolina officially booked again probably later this year. So
Oh, that would be
sorry about
great.
that. See y'all soon.
Okay, bye-bye, man.
Bye.
All right, bye. All right, guys. Well, there you go. Not all the games have to be winners. Sometimes the
we
games...
live and learn. It's
Sometimes we live and learn. Sometimes the games are learning experiences. All right, that's going to wrap us up this week. Check us out next week, guys, with comedian Mike Mello. Thanks to our contributors, Joe Perot and Wills Maxwell, who was also Sub-Hub today. You can download everything and blah, blah, blah at myfantasywife.com. Check us out at Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and all that good stuff. Thank you, Mr. Bishop, for taking us out with the jazz trumpet stylings of Mr. Al Hurt.